a file browser thing. You can just browse to the folder where you have your photos that you want to edit. So I'm going to use this test folder here that I made just for this video. And here are the thumbnails of the photos that I'm going to be using in this video to show you how to use Photoscape. So I'm just going to click on this first image here. As you can see, kind of a slightly larger thumbnail popped up down here. And you can see some image information like the resolution and the file size. And then if I double click on the image, it'll kind of pop up like this in full screen. And here you can see, I'm not sure if you can see everything here, but you can see some image information, about what camera was used and what lens was used and the settings and so on. And if you double click this again, and you go back to normal like this. And all of these modules here, they have kind of a similar file browser thing here on the left. So if I go to the editor module, you can see it has one as well, and it has the thumbnails down here. So I can just click on one image here, and then it'll kind of pop up here, and I can start doing whatever editing that I want to do. And I'll continue with that in the next section. To resize an image, simply go to the editor module and then just click on a photo. And then you can go down here to the resize button and just click on that. And here you can adjust the values. And if you have a preserve aspect ratio ticked, then when you adjust one value, it'll adjust the other one to correspond with that so that the proportions are maintained. So for example, if I adjust this to 1024, as you can see, the lower value was adjusted to 686. So then I just click on OK, and that'll do it. But what you can also do is click on the little arrow thing here next to the resize button, and here you can adjust it by a preset amount, like the longer length of the image. So if you have a vertical image, then it'll adjust the height, but if you have a normal like landscape photo, then it'll adjust the width, because that'll be like the longer length. So then you can also go down here and you can rotate the image as well. You can adjust the width or height here, and this will actually also preserve the aspect ratio. So that's basically how you can do it. Alright, so if you want to crop an image, just go to the editor module once again, and then just click on a photo, and then go down here where it says crop, the crop tab, click on that. And here you can just start cropping right away. You just left click, hold, and drag. And then you just highlight the area that you want to preserve in the image. And you can either press enter, the enter key, or you can double click, and that'll do it as well. So yeah, that's basically how you crop. And Photoscape also supports red eye removal, as you can see with this picture here. You sometimes, when you take a picture with a flash, you sometimes get these red eyes here, like that. So the way you can remove it with Photoscape is you head over to the editor, first of all, and then you select the image, of course, and then you head over to Tools, and here is a option called Red Eye Correction. Now you click on that, and then you just left click, hold, and drag, and it kind of highlight the area where the red eye is, and as you can see, it's now removed. So I'll go ahead and do the same here, and there we go, all fixed. If you need to censor something on an image, there are actually a couple options in Photoscape. Well, first of all, you can use the paintbrush, which is kind of a basic way you can censor something on an image like this. You just click on the paintbrush here, and then you can select the size, and you can select the color here as well, and then just use that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the mosaic tool. So I just click on the mosaic tool here, and then you can select the size. You can select the low size, middle size, or high size, and then also jitter, that's another option. I'll just go with the middle one for now. And basically what this does is that it pixelates the area. So for example, if I want to censor this kid's eyes, I can just left click and drag, and there we go. Now it's kind of pixelated. And then you can also select the jitter. That's another option, and it's basically the same, similar thing. It kind of distorts the image. It's more like a bunch of dots or whatever, kind of like that. So there's a couple options that you can use if you want to censor something. If you want to adjust the colors, brightness and contrast on your image, just head over to the editor module once again, select your photo, and then head over down here to bright, color, and click on that. And here you can adjust a number of things, like for example deepen. It kind of adjusts the brightness and contrast at the same time, makes slight adjustments, and this is pretty cool effect actually. And there's brighten and darken, which are pretty straightforward as well. And down here we have exposure, so it's kind of similar to brighten and darken, but not exactly the same. And we have brightness, we have contrast, we have hue, which kind of adjusts the color hues on your image. And then we have saturation, which adjusts the strength of the colors, or weakens them as well. So we have that. And then next we're gonna look at the film effect here, and you can click on here on the little arrow thing here, and these are basically preset filters that you can use. So for example this one, it's kind of Instagram like effect that it applies to your image. They're not very advanced, but they can be useful sometimes. And then we have auto level as well. You can just click on auto level here, and it makes some slight adjustments. This one was fairly well done, this photo, by default already. Like, it wasn't overexposed, it wasn't underexposed, so it didn't really make that big of an adjustment. But depending on your photo, it might make a bigger impact. But yeah, this is pretty useful to have in case it's like a bit overexposed or underexposed. You can just click on this easily and adjust that. And then here we have a couple buttons which you can basically use to you can just click on them, and then it'll automatically turn it into like a sepia image, which is kind of like a old photo type effect. You can kind of see this brownish hue here, and then you can, for example, click on grayscale, which is just black and white, or an effect called black and white, which is kind of just a grayscale with a bunch of contrast added to it. So, and then there's a negative image or inverted image. You can just click on that, and as you can see, it turns the colors upside down, so to speak. And that's pretty much it for adjusting colors and brightness and contrast and stuff like that. If you want to add a border or a frame to your photo, then just head over to the editor module, select your photo, and go down here to where it says no frame. Just click on that, and here you can select from a number of different frame options. You can go from like these simple ones, like this one, and you can, here's like a small ruler thing. You can just click on that and drag it to increase the size of the frame. And then you can also choose some of the more advanced ones, which are for example this antique photo frame thing. As you can see, it has some pretty cool effects here. And then you can also go down here, and there's really a bunch of different options. You can even have like a gradient thing like this, or one which kind of surrounds the image like that, and the black one as well. Yeah, there's basically a huge number of different options here that you can choose from. If you want to do batch editing where you edit multiple photos at the same time, then just head over to the Batch Editor tab. And once you're here, you obviously want to browse to the folder where you have the images that you want to edit. And then when they appear here in the file browser, you can either add them one at a time by just clicking and dragging, or you can just highlight everything. Just left click, drag the thing here and highlight everything, and then just click and drag all the images into the batch editor. So once they're in the batch editor, all the things that you apply here on the right on the home and the filter tabs. All of these things will apply to every image in the whole list here. So for example, if I choose to add a frame, as you can see, it now applies to every image in the list. And you can also adjust the width here, or you can choose to maintain it at the original size, or adjust the height, or a number of other options here. Even cropping. So I'm just going to adjust the width. I'm going to keep it at like 800 here, and I'm just going to remove this frame. Alright, then we go to filter here, and here's where you can apply a limited number of filters. I don't think this is all the filters that are in the editor, but it's still a good number here, and you can apply, for example, auto level and auto contrast, and you can apply, you know, a number of different options here. And each of these options will apply in the image when you actually convert them. So to convert them, then you just click on convert all, and then you just select the folder where you want to name save them, and how you want to name the images as well.